I'm here at my table today with a tutorial on how to make the golden book charms that I sell in my Etsy shop. I also have the digitals available to print them at home and make them yourself. So this tutorial will show you how to do that. I have printed the paper. It's a PDF. I've printed it on my printer, best quality. This is a little bit of a thicker standard paper though. It is not a cardstock. It is just paper. And the first step is to laminate it. For this tutorial, I do use a laminator, my paper cutter, a glue gun, felt, eye hooks, which I purchased on Amazon, a lighter, a pair of scissors, and I do put my charms on a bulb pin. For these, I am using a black bulb pin. So those are the things that you will need if you want to make them the same way as myself. I am going to start by laminating the piece of paper, and I'll be right back. All right, my sheet is laminated. I'm going to get my laminator out of the way. And we can go ahead and zoom in a little bit now. Let's get it situated. Okay, I am going to start by cutting my books so that they are all individual. And this does take just a second. So I'm going to work on that and I will see you in a minute. All right, everything is cut and I am back. I have them all cut out into individual pieces. And the next step is optional, but I do like to take my my cutter, but I use it as like a scoreboard, and I score. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in the frame for you. Maybe even zoom in on this part. 1 second. I like to score where the center of the book is, like where I'm going to fold it, because it helps fold it better. So you just run the score along it, and then it knows right where to fold. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll do a couple of them. Like I said, I just kind of line that up in the center, score right down the middle, and then it folds really easily for me. All right, now that I have 3 of them scored and ready to go, I'm going to zoom back out. I am ready for the next step. For this next step, I am going to take the glue gun and I'm going to add some glue to one side, and then I just like to put it down on the straight edge of my hot glue or on my felt like that. And then I go ahead and put down my next one, kind of work in groupings so that way I'm not doing the same step over. So I do the same step for all pieces that I'm making at one time. And go ahead and put this down. And then this down. Okay, so all of those are attached like that. At this point, I'm going to cut the felt off and separate these into individual pieces. And then trim the first piece, trim each piece using my scissors. Let me add this to my garbage pile. I take the eye hook, and this is where I'm going to put this down. I put a small dab of hot glue at the top, and I do my best to center the eye hook where it would go, and then I set that down and I move on to the next one. And then those have all dried. So now I'm ready to go back and add some hot glue to the top of the felt and close the book. And then I just take and I kind of give a little bit of pressure to the book from the edge. Glue, hold it down, and then I flip it over on my surface and give it a little bit of pressure just to make sure that that hot glue is really in there. And then the last one. Repeat that step again. This is the point also where I like to check and make sure that my hook is really in and not coming out. Just kind of give a little tug on it, make sure that I'm happy with how it's holding. And then I trim again one more time. For my last step, oh, I've got glue strings. Let me get those out of the way. I like to take a lighter and I just kind of go around the edges of the book. Felt when you cut it is sometimes got a little bit of like a fuzz. So this cleans up the edges and gets rid of any hot glue strings. And then there's one still floating on that one. They are all done. I also, like I said, like to use a ball pin with my with these charms. So I take and I put a ball pin on it. Sometimes I add additional charms or little pieces of flour and other things to them as well. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you like crafty videos, junk journaling, or other tutorials. And I will see you soon. Have a good day.